Well, hello there, welcome. I'm Karen from karenturpin.com, and this week I'm going to talk about resonance, both the Schumann resonance and also personal resonance. Because what date is it? It's the 26th of June, this week beginning. Last week, towards the middle to the end of last week, there was a blip that happened on the Schumann resonance graph or chart. I'm sure you've seen it. And it looked really interesting, I have to admit. To me, it reminded me of the pattern of lace. But other people said, no, it's showing our DNA. And whatever it looked like, it certainly caused a lot of excitement within the lightworker communities, didn't it? Probably because this is what we've been waiting for. And I am saying this slightly tongue-in-cheek. Because it was said that the Schumann resonance graph, whatever, was showing a new frequency. Now, the number of people who were experiencing ascension symptoms was also off the charts. Everyone was excited, right? Because apparently now there are new frequencies here to assist the shift and to help us manifest and create a whole new world. And that's really exciting. And I also heard that this frequency coming in is bringing in new mindset frequencies. That's amazing, we could say. But wait, because I am going to be a party pooper here and say that I also read from several sources that there was some kind of system malfunction with the equipment, and it was called a circuit oscillation. So, was this real? Was this imagined? Was it just a glitch? What was really going on? Now, I can't deny that I feel energies coming onto the planet when the frequencies are high. I often get a headache. I feel like exhausted and smashed, So there is truth that we can be affected by frequencies. But can that alone change your mindset and help you manifest something that you want? No. In my opinion, no. You have to do the work. You have to do the inner work and the mindset work and the subconscious reprogramming work to really make that change. You can't expect some frequency to just plop onto the planet and suddenly your life is amazing. That is spiritual bypassing or wishful thinking at the very least. So, this latest anomaly, what is it really? Well, let's presume for a moment that it was a malfunction of the equipment. Now, we have all these people posting stuff all over social media, getting all excited about something that didn't really happen because it was this circuit oscillation or whatever that means. It's kind of stupid. It kind of makes us look pretty stupid as well, that a piece of equipment can malfunction spectacularly and we're all running around going, yay, it's happening. I feel a bit embarrassed, to be honest, that we could be that easily fooled, if it is that. Because the truth is, I don't know if it was a malfunction. I don't know if it was real frequency coming in. But the point is, frequency is always coming in. This is always happening. We're in an ascension process, an ascension timeline. You can look at loads of research and spiritual stuff from everywhere that says frequencies are coming onto the planet. We know that. We can feel that. This is our great awakening timeline, if you like. But really, I do feel we have to calm down a bit, get grounded actually, and get serious about our spiritual development work, because wishful thinking won't get us the life that we want. And actually, to be honest with you, it's why so many healers and light workers and starseeds, their lives are pretty messy, to be perfectly honest. I've said this before. You have to get in your body. You have to get grounded. You have to bring all of your amazing spiritual knowledge and your gifts and talents, bring it into the physical, ground it, and make a difference from this level, not being out there wafting around in wishful thinking, as I've said. We all love the fluffy stuff, don't we? But it's the deep inner work that is going to make a difference. And this is all by design, I think. This is all part of the New Age deception or diversion, really. And, you know, if we can be diverted and distracted into, wow, all the fluffy stuff, then we don't really make any long-lasting changes. And then we don't get the change on the planet that we want to see. And of course, we've had the solstice energies coming in as well. Now, the veil is thin at this time. So I've had a lot of spirit visitors, you know, people that are in spirit visiting me. I've sensed a lot of that. And the other thing is that people tend to pass quite easily at the time of, you know, solstice, equinox, that kind of thing, because the veil is very thin. People shift through. So there's definitely energy shifting that takes place around times like the solstice. I acknowledge that. But again, you know, not everything is light like we think it is. People play with these energies. They don't understand really what they're playing with and what they're calling in. That's a little bit of a problem. Now, am I a master of all of this? Do I know everything? No, I don't. I would never claim that. But I have helped hundreds of people to put them back together again when they've been dabbling with energy so that they don't really know what they're doing. So I know that that is real. Some people claim that there is no dark energies around at all, that all of spirit is good. But this has not been my experience, unfortunately. I've seen the dark and I've seen the light too. And how it was explained to me is that you can only see the extent of the darkness to which you hold that equal opposite level or extent of light. I don't know if that's true, but it kind of feels right to my inner standing. So, if a person doesn't believe that there's dark and doesn't see the dark, does that mean that they are not of the light? No, of course it doesn't mean that. Part of this is about belief as well. If you believe that the dark energies don't exist, if it's not in your belief system, they can't see it because it doesn't equate in their belief system. There's a classic kind of fable about a shaman looking out across the horizon and then a ship comes along and he can see it because his mind is open, but the rest of the people, you know, from the village couldn't see it because they couldn't open their mind to the possibility that something could come along there like a ship because they'd never seen it before. That's an old story, but it kind of makes sense because if you don't believe that there's any darkness, if you don't believe that you know, dark energies exist, then your mind won't be open to them. Does that make you immune to dark influences or safe from it? Not necessarily, certainly not in my experience. I've had many clients who didn't believe in dark energies, but that were affected by them. And they had no idea how it happened because they said, well, I don't believe in that. How could this have happened to me? But these things do happen. And, you know, to be honest, we don't know the contents of our own mind, really, of our subconscious mind. And if there is a belief in there of these dark things, even if you don't know that you believe that, it's there, it's working away in the background. So we have to be willing to open our mind to potentials, like, could there be dark energies around, perhaps? Could there be, you know, a malfunction in the machine? Is it a possibility? Is it a potential? We really have to look at everything from every angle. Now, for those of you who do believe in dark energies, I just want to tell you that according to one of the Facebook posts that I saw, and I'm quoting, this new frequency that came in was recorded. Sorry, let me just find the quote. Okay, the quote that I saw is that these new frequencies that came onto the earth that are depicted in the DNA pattern of the Schumann Resonance graph has set the earth free from all of the claims and holds from any nefarious races around the universe. That's what the claim is. That potential glitch on the Schumann Resonance graph has freed us from everything nefarious in the universe that affects this planet. That might be true. I can't dispute it. But it sounds to me like wishful thinking. That would be really great if that is true, but I personally would need to see some proof of that. In fact, I would look forward to seeing that proof. Okay, so let's talk about frequency now. We know that what we align to becomes our reality. But look around you at the mess that we are currently surrounded with here. And whilst I have to say my life is pretty good, I can still see that for many people, it's not good right now. This is lovely people with beautiful, pure hearts, and they're really struggling, suffering, and going through hard times. And it almost sounds heartless to say that they are not vibrating at the right level yet in order to experience a reality that they'd prefer. It's a hard one, right? Because we get into judgment then. Well, she's really in struggle street, therefore she can't be vibrating very highly. But my life's pretty good, so I must be okay. We really get into this judgment of stuff, and it's pretty crappy because we each come in with different lessons, different things that we aim to experience and maybe achieve in this life as well. And I see that, people are going into spiritual bypassing and wishful thinking with this as well. It's like, if I think the right thoughts, I will be fine. Whereas inside, they've got a whole world of crap, emotional crap that they're not working and processing through. One of that could be judging other people and the whole superiority thing. So we really have to strip ourselves back and look at our own place in this and our own ego. So, people get all excited about the Schumann resonance because it feels so right to them. They love their moon ceremonies, or they like hanging out in the solstice portal energies, or, I guess the Lion's Gate's going to be coming up next, isn't it? So people get all excited about this kind of thing, but they often don't do their personal development work. People think that their life is suddenly going to get better just because they saw some angel numbers around, or a date that shows up on the Gregorian calendar like 3/3 or 11/11, 12/12. Oh, the portals are opening. We're in for a shift. Life is going to be good. I'm sorry if I sound really, really cynical, but it kind of takes more than that, I believe, to create a shift on the earth. Now, have I engaged in all of that stuff in the past? Yeah, of course I have, because it's one of the things we do as we awaken to this kind of spiritual thing. It's really exciting and it's fascinating and it fills us with hope, and we want to engage in all of this stuff. But has it got us where we hoped it would? Like, some of us, don't forget, have been doing this for 25 years or more. Oh, the Lion's Gate is opening. It's going to get better. I don't want to be a complete party pooper, even though I know I'm bursting your bubble. But the point is, we have to really stop with all of this distraction from our inner work, from that soul embodiment process, from the self-actualization, all of this. There's a lot of work we need to do on the inside. The thing is, when somebody introduces us to a new ceremony or a new healing modality, I saw this one just yesterday on social media. It's a brand new healing modality that will change your life. And from what I can work out, it seems to be a combination of Reiki healing, a crystal chime, and a frequency tuning fork. And the three things combined is a whole new modality. Well, we've been doing this for years. Beautiful healing techniques, sound frequencies, and everything. But somebody put the three things together, gave it a name, and now everybody's running for it. These things have existed here for a long time already. Let's not get, besotted with these things. Let's get grounded. Let's get practical. Let's do our inner work and really sit with things rather than get, literally hoodwinked, because we know what's happening on the internet. People are seducing us with things left, right, and center. A lot of it is just to make money. A lot of it is not grounded. A lot of it is not really going to get us the results that we want. And it's irrational to think that you're going to get results in 5 seconds. This is your life's work. Approach it in that way and go inwards and sit with yourself. Now, I also saw something recently, somebody talking about light codes. And somebody was challenging and saying, well, how do I really know that this light language you're channeling and these codes that you're drawing really mean that? And the response from loads of people, and this person has a right to question. We all should question, and we all have the right to question. But loads of people on that thread came up and said, oh, the reason that you don't understand it is because you're not there yet. It's not aligning with you because you're not evolved to that level to get it yet. That's very condescending. Very condescending. The thing is, we all go through things. When you're in year 12, you learn certain things. When you're in your first year of uni, you learn certain things. And we all think that this is amazing. Wow, I've discovered this thing and it's amazing. And it is for you because it resonates with you at the point at which you are. But will that same thing resonate with a master's degree or a professor of that subject when they've evolved much more and they've seen much more? They might need to search for other things. And then we get somebody coming in from year 1 uni saying, oh no, this is it. It is possible that there are people that actually know more than that year 1 uni that are saying, yeah, look, I appreciate what you're saying, but you're missing a few points here. You're not seeing a bigger picture here. And that shouldn't be done with judgment. It should be done with the realization that all any of us can ever do is express and share from the level at which we are at. But we shouldn't be hoodwinked by things. We should always question. We should always keep an open mind. We should ask for proof if there is proof. Now, I know that many of these spiritual things that we all experience kind of don't have proof in this 3D material world. Some of it is, we have to have some faith and we have to open our mind and we have to just trust our own senses. And this is why, developing our intuition, learning to sit quietly inside, to know the contents of your own heart, all of that is where you find your resonance. The thing is, we also resonate with things that resonate with our unhealed parts as well. So when we say, oh, yeah, that resonates as truth for me, I want to try and explain this. It's a little bit of a tricky thing for me to explain, but we know that, when you bang a tuning fork at that level, hertz. If there's another tuning fork close by resonating at the same, it will start off on its own as well, because there's the resonance, right? So when someone shares something to you that is a truth, if you are resonating with that same level of truth, you'll feel it and you'll go, oh yeah, that resonates as truth for me. But the point is, it's also possible that that person sharing their truth has an awful lot of unhealed part to them too. And if you have the same unhealed part, you will resonate even with that unhealed part, because there's a resonance there as well. So you may hear one aspect of their truth, but it's possible that you are actually resonating more with the unhealed part than the truthful part. I hope I've explained that well. It's a little bit of a tricky thing to explain, but it can be also why we get attracted to work with people that really can't take us beyond where we hope to be taken, because there's the unhealed part there that we're resonating with. I worked with a coach a few years back now, and everything that she had written in her kind of sales blog sounded really great and really inspirational. But when I got inside of the course with her, and this actually happened to several other people within the course as well. We got in there, and all we saw was her displaying an awful lot of trauma and unhealed wound. And it wasn't what we went there for, but we had been kind of taken in with what she had shared on that top level, on the sales page, if you like. And I had to sit with that and say, well, okay, so what drew me in then? Because yes, I resonated with the truth of what she was sharing on the written word. To be honest, if I had sat with myself better before moving into working with her, I would have felt that there was something a little bit off, but I chose to override it because I wanted that. And that was me, in a sense, with my wishful thinking, as opposed to sitting with my heart and saying, is this really feeling the alignment piece for me? And that's the point with all of this, the resonance. It's actually, to be honest, part of why I'm against AI writing sales pages and writing courses and writing content for us, because I think that that's going to happen more and more. We're going to see something written on the page and go, oh, wow, that's amazing. That's everything I want. There's our resonance with that, right? But then when we get in there, we're going to go, oh, yeah, it's actually not right. And I think the temptation with AI, again, is to be sucked in by something that is not quite as it first appears to be. And that is what this whole thing is about, resonance, really. So whether that was a glitch in the Schumann resonance, whether there really was energies coming in that are going to elevate us, all of that could be true. I don't 100% know, but what I do know is if you are experiencing something that is just a little bit off with this story or this new therapy or this idea or this next drama on the news, if something is feeling a little bit off with that, that is your warning sign. It's a warning to not be sucked in by what appears to be on the surface. It's your invitation to sit with yourself and say, what feels off about this to me? Why is there not 100% resonance with it? Is this something that's leading me off track? Is it bringing up something that I should be looking at? Is it making me distract away from something that wants to come up to be healed? So many really important questions that you can ask yourself before you immediately go, oh yes, that resonates, and off I go. I've made that mistake. I just admitted one of them to you with that coach. I've made many like that where I've been sucked in. I've seen something and gone, oh wow, these new frequencies, now everything's going to be good. Now, actually, that was just wishful thinking, or it was, me doing a spiritual bypass on myself. Instead, choosing to go, wow, this is going to be amazing because this is what the energy is going to come and save us. But it's not. That's all a distraction. And we know that there is a lot of New Age distraction. A lot of things appeal to our ego, which is that lower, keeping us in the lower part of our consciousness rather than moving into the higher part. There is so much geared up really to stop us from knowing our true self and from really establishing a good, clear connection with the divine. All of these many, many distractions. So that's what I would like you to take away from this video today. I urge you to think clearly. Don't get swept away in the hope of these things that may mean nothing. I'm not saying these great things don't exist. I'm saying that it's not always as it first appears to be. When it comes to your real spiritual growth and expansion process, the only way you're going to get where you want to go, to get to be that great co-creator or manifest the life that you really want, create the life that you really want, the only way you're going to get there is by going inside, doing the inner work. And that could mean that you turn away from all of the pretty, fluffy ceremonies and bits and bobs that go on, because it's inside. That's where the real work takes place. And that's how you actually raise your vibration and frequency from clearing out some of the crappy thoughts and feelings and memories that you have. Clearing out the parts of your ego that are not such a nice part of you. I've got them too. I'm not judging anyone. I've got my own shite to deal with too, right? So clearing that out of the body is what allows us to raise our frequency, because that's our divine and natural state, not to be weighed down by all of this crap. So get inside, do your work inside. Don't be so easily manipulated, there's no other word, by some of the stuff that's coming around. The next one's probably going to be the alien invasion. I think we've kind of had most of the other ones that we were scheduled to get. So what's going to happen then? Everyone's going to go, wow, they've come to save us. It's like, no, behave yourself. Sit down, get grounded out in nature, go inwards and look at the truth of all of this. Your heart, your soul will show you the truth if you're not distracted by the outside. So that's clearly my little lecture for today. Didn't quite plan to go to some of those places, but I did. Hey, what you gonna do, right? I hope some of it has been useful to you anyway, and I will see you next week. Let's see what we've got to bring up next week. Hope you have a great week. Bye-bye for now.